Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. I would like to tell the President, Nana Akufo-Addo, and his hypocrite clergy that we need jobs, not a cathedral. This is with all due respect. With all due respect, I believe God has left us Ghanaians and that we should be worried as a people. The God I know has always cared for his children. That's why he created us in his own image. He created us in his image so we could use our conscience rightly as humans, but not as lesser creatures. Now, because of politics and religion, we have allowed our fellow men to use power and religion to tell us God's hidden plan, even though no one has ever seen God in person. Today in Ghana, we have allowed politicians and religious leaders to use God's name to force we the people to live in accordance with their selfish dreams. My worry is God has also allowed these people to continue to lie to us. Some group of lying individuals wearing suits and cassock has made us believe that God cherishes fancy cathedrals more than the well-being of the humans that worship him. Now, we have been forced to believe that a national cathedral is a priority to us as a nation, whilst our education, infrastructure, health, security, and agriculture has been relegated to the back, all because God says we should build his church at the expense of the poor Ghanaian. How dumb can we be as a people, and how dumb can our leaders be to think on these lines? With all due respect, I think the reckless use of our resources by this government has to stop. Ghana does not have to give some religion more attention than the others because it will be a recipe for disaster. The governments and the clergy can't hide behind politics and misuse the taxpayers' money on their selfish interest. Our current economic situation as a third world country isn't anything good to talk about. We are struggling to even get beds in our hospitals, struggling with huge number of unemployed youth. Our roads are terrible. Graduates are struggling to find jobs. Companies are being shut down, but we have chosen to spend millions of dollars on a building to serve no serious economic purpose, but to please some few. I believe this is a political propaganda or agenda by this government to please its base and, more importantly, the Christian fraternity. We have to stop being hypocrites and address the issues. Government in no way should be involved in religion whatsoever. What Ghana needs now from this government are jobs, not cathedrals. Ghana, as we speak, has more churches than factories. So what is the reason for spending our tax money on such a useless edifice? I say useless because our leaders have refused to think about we the people, but decided to please their fears of being gifted liars. Finally, with all due respect, people in power and their greedy friends in the clergy want us to believe that the majority of us Ghanaians are in favor of this idea, which to me is a lie. Even if the majority are in favor, as we have been made to believe, it does not make it right, because right is not determined by a vote or a group of people, and wrong also likewise. The only thing that determines right is our conscience as humans, and we don't seem to have that. How can we even think of destroying productive structures on prime land in order to build a cathedral just to serve the greedy ambition of some individuals amongst many? The clergy, which we thought are the spokespersons of God, have now been turned into slaves of greed. Their motive is not about the work of God, but about money and how influential they will be amongst men. My simple advice to Ghanaians and the youth is simple. Fight for what you asked for. Fight for jobs. Fight for better health system. Fight for good education. And fight for your voices to be heard. This government is proven to be confused, and we have to make sure we demand from them what they promised us, not what they think we deserve. The youth of Ghana must rise and talk against the clergy and the government on how our tax money should be used. To the clergy, you people have to understand that no matter how stylish the chicken walks, when the wind blows, it will expose its anus. This also goes to the President, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, and more importantly, his arrogant ministers defending this sick idea just to protect their jobs. Only an idiot would think that God lives in buildings. The fact is, God lives in us. What we need are jobs, not a cathedral. My name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor, and this is With All Due Respect.